Alright, Draki. So you come here and told me that we're going to have two family events? Okay. So, the first one is going to be the Dragon family. It starts, quote unquote, early November. It's going to start this Sunday. I think what they were trying to do was just to try to get General Purgus out of the way and then do the Dragon family event. I do expect us to see overlap, so just be prepared. So a lot of people are complaining that they spent all of their stamina herbs for the event. You're just going to be ready for the Dragon family event, which honestly I don't think is nearly as important as the current event that we're having right now for the fall. The Dragon event is actually just as far behind as the current Cherry Blossom Festival, if not a little bit farther behind. So it's going to be a fairly easy event. There will be one or two tough boss battles, but nothing too hard overall. Just real quick here, we're going to have basically this one is going to be a little bit more in depth. We're going to have up to chapter 4, if I remember correctly. For that, we will have a new dragon road that we'll be going through, and I'm going to go in more detail a little bit later. Just right now, I'm just going to kind of go through the news really quick here. We do get two new S units and two A units that follow along with it. Actually, the A units aren't all that bad. The S units are kind of mixed. And actually, one of the banners is actually pretty good overall. It's actually Dimension Dragon, and his A unit's actually pretty good overall as well. So the Dimension Dragon is a very interesting unit. Obviously, you see the leadership effect that increases Dragon Breath power by 20%. Very good leader for the Dragon family. So if you want to play with dragons and have dragons as a main comp, Dimension Dragon is incredibly important. The other main thing with Dimension Dragon is he can basically, when he moves, he teleports, so he ignores any barriers through. So if there's a barrier in there that he could just walk through it, so instead of having to take 10 steps, he can take 2 just to get through that area. Very good for arena in that regards. Allows dragons to be a little bit more useful because you can attack that first round. Dragons have very large tankiness, good overall skills, and what's nice about the Dimension Dragon is it has 2 elements for breaths, and the White Ice is a very powerful skill along with Dimensional Wave. Does a insane amount of damage to one unit for breath. The negative is breath damage is only effect by level. Make sure you understand that. But with the Dimension Dragon, it does increase it overall. And as I keep reminding everyone, Dragon Lord True Form is not a dragon, so you won't get that boost either. The other unit here is the Forest Dragon. This is not nearly as good, and the A unit is okay, but also not as good as that. So the Dimension Dragon, or Jigen Ryu in Japan, is definitely the better one. The Forest Dragon is a great idea. The reducing the breath resistance of all enemies with a high probability is incredibly powerful. If you've made it to level 20 for the Talent Blossoming, you have seen a Forest Dragon. It is very annoying to go against, especially when it's like level 150, because of its breath and of its attacks and its ability to heal. And the Awakening skill here, the restores HP at the beginning of the turn, is very good. The incredible weakness of the Forest Dragon, though, is that with its high defense and the ability to reduce all damage by 20% and a high probability, you're like, wow, this is really good. It only has one attack, which is Dimensional Wave, and it is incredibly slow. In the level 20, it doesn't matter because it's just obviously over leveled. But for what we have, it just really doesn't do much, and it's a pretty poor unit. So it's a fairly easy skip through there. Let's just kind of go through one last thing here. We also will have a Fusion Dragon as the a limited monster that you can try and fuse together. It is not the greatest unit in the game at all, unfortunately. This one is something that you're going to go through. It is a decent unit. It has the ability to increase breathing effect for itself, so it can go through that. Its T-shaped wind breath is actually pretty decent, especially when you squeeze in initially. It just doesn't have a lot of oomph. It's not. It's a little bit more useful than Green Dragon, and we do use Green Dragon still for free-to-play units, so it's going to be something you're going to want. And especially if you do get Dimension Dragon, Fusion Dragon, Green Dragon, and Halberdsaurus, those three dragons right there along with Dimension Dragon, that becomes a pretty solid team for a lot of free-to-play players. So, all in all, it's something you're still going to want to do, but do not expect Purvis or Kiefer level of incredible usefulness. Let's see here. The other one is the Beast Family event. This one is a little different, and what I mean a little different is it's still going to be very similar to the Dragon Family. You're going to have a couple of main events to go through. You'll have your own battle road, but this one is actually right where it should be, so the difficulty level will be a little bit higher through all of it. And on top of it, you will have a very, 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 very powerful sets of units. The first one here is going to be Marquis de Leon, or King Leo in Japan. And the other one is Demon Warrior Vera, who's going to be the first one. This is a incredibly powerful units. Both of them are very, very good synergy. Personally, unless if you're a Dragon fan, I highly suggest that we're going to focus on beasts. General Purvis is a very, very good beast unit. It is the third best beast unit out of the three that are coming out. So that just tells you how powerful they are. Purvis is probably the easiest to use, I would say. Vera is the hardest one to use and will fall out of favor, but all in all, I would say she is still very powerful in Arena. She can get one-shotted, but along with Marquis de Leon, and I'll explain why in a little bit, she becomes an absolute monster that can just delete units off the field. Her awakening skill, she will occasionally increase physical power when attacking, and this just allows her to get more and more damage all the way through. She has a very good leadership effect, where it just increases physical power by 10%. No major, like, you need this or you need that. It is just, here, everybody, physical power 10%. She is not the highest for a leadership, but it can be useful if you need to mix together a random team overall. But she has just a very high mobility, and her ranges are long. You can see the range is 3 there. So with 3 and 3, 6, she can and should be able to reach most arena teams on the first turn, boost that physical power, and then just along with Marquis de Leon, it is just absolutely devastating the power that she can have overall. The one thing is, she is not very strong for defense and HP, so be careful. Do not send her too much overall there. Also, she has that weird little thing where if she hits someone with 4 movement power, she gains even more effect. So, use her wisely. She is incredibly powerful. Oops, sorry. And I skipped the other unit that I want to go through, King Leo, or Marquis de Leon. For November, this is going to be by far the best unit that we will see. I can't say it's a must-have, but for anyone who really wants to be powerful in Arena, is pretty much a must-have. And for Beast, if you have Purvis, if you do get Vera, Leo then becomes, or Marquis Leon becomes a very much a must-have. The Awakening skill, at turns 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, he increased Beast physical strength and skill in a 3 diamond. And so, on top of his leadership effect, they increased Beast physical power by 20%. For 3 turns, on the even turns up to 10, he really powers up any beasts that are near him. So with Vera, if you equip and get his speed just a little faster than Vera's, all of a sudden you start becoming an absolute powerhouse, especially on turn 2, which is usually the turn that you really need to delete all the units. In PvE, Marquis de Leon becomes incredibly powerful because on turn 4 is usually when you're going to start focusing on deleting other units. And with that, you actually get 2 big bonuses on top of it. And playing it all right, PvE becomes really, really easy with the PvE. And the talent blossoming is going to become a little bit easier if you can stack beasts on top of it. Especially with the increased beast physical power by 20%, you can see how easily King Leo can really, really be powerful, not just from an attack standpoint, because really the only thing that he has for range is the King Beast Roar, but it does incredible physical damage to all enemies and occasionally lowers defense, which is also a big boon. But he is an incredible support unit, which makes him still very, very powerful and useful in Japan as we speak. He is still currently rated in the very top of most lists in Japan, even with all the incredible units out there. The only thing that I will say before I kind of finish the rest of this here is Marquis de Leon is incredibly powerful, but the only problem is Nocturnus isn't too far away. So if you are free to play and you still are trying to make sure that you can guarantee getting a Nocturnus, do not overspend for Marquis de Leon. Nocturnus is still by far superior to Marquis de Leon, and Nocturnus is still more stronger than anything else that's still currently in JP, even though it's getting to the point where they've built a unit to counter Nocturnus, and so it's no longer just an absolute force that no one can stop, but it is something that you can overall focus on. The talent blossoming is going to add a few more. I will name those a little later, maybe this weekend or early next week. And I will be doing the Dragon Family event detailed analysis probably either tomorrow or Saturday. So you'll see that. And also Dragon Quest III Reminiscence event added. So in case you missed it, you have Baramos. You can go through get some of those units as well. But until at least the second week of November, more than likely you're not going to have a lot of free stamina to go through with the Reminiscence. Because as I say, unless if you've gone through and burned through all of it right now for the Cherry Blossoms, we will have overlap with the Dragon Family event and the Cherry Blossoms. But I think the Beast Family event will not overlap with the Dragon Family. So if I had to make a guess, and I need to see calendar, so October 31st, so we'll probably start November 1st in Dragon Family, maybe November 3rd, and the Beast Family event would be 2 weeks after that, so either the 15th or the 17th time frame is where I expect to see the Beast Family, and that will last through basically Thanksgiving. And then I think we're going to get a very, very big event in December, and it might be Nocturnus, along with Christmas probably being first. That's kind of my guess. We will see, and we will see with the newest roadmap updates. What do you guys think? Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really does help me overall. In the next week or so, when I have just a little bit more time, I will be doing another $10 giveaway. It's just a thank you to everyone. Also, what do you think of the news? Are you excited? This is going to be kind of a slow event. I'm excited for the Beast Family event, though, because some of the units I've been waiting for are coming and coming soon. The Talent Blossoming, this one's not as good as some of the others, but it's always nice being able to improve some of those units. And I'm kind of waiting more for Elena, which will be probably coming in late December or January time frame, depending on how quickly we get through that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know Draki enjoyed greatly. He's been kind of missing these roadmaps, and I hope to see you guys later. You all guys have a good time. Get grinding. Try to get the Purvis and Kiefer done as much as possible. They are still the best A units in Japan. So I highly suggest that you get those done before they run out. The Dragon Family event and the Beast Family event the A units aren't nearly as good, but they're still useful. So at least we'll be getting some free stuff as well. And as always, with these events, we will get some much needed gems on top of it, so that we might be able to start saving up for some of the more powerful ones, or spend on for Marquis Studio. You guys have a good one. I will see you guys probably in the next day or two. Bye, everyone. And boom, we are done. I will actually be here if you guys want to talk. If you guys got any questions, etc., etc., I will be very happy